Uh, Now this one is going to be more towards your private express trust. All right, how to you see the headache that this could all possibly create, right? You see the nightmare of standing up for yourself and what these courts will do to you. Build a fortress. All right, this presentation is designed to protect you, or at least give you a fighting chance in civil courts. Courts are absolutely and intentionally deceptive and push power towards the fiat rich and those who know statutory tricks. Although they do have power to incarcerate, they operate mostly in shame, fear, and deception. People can protect themselves and even get remedy using the person and the civil courts. It doesn't take a law degree. Being proficient in pro se is extremely powerful. However, if you want peace of mind and the backing to stand up to commercial liars, civil predators, operating through a private express trust is the best option. All right, it is an entity that is outside of their whole system. So when that entity is established and set up, and the trustee knows some things, the system will know better than to come harass a trust or a trustee. When the system sees just a commercial person, just a social security number person, they're licking their chops. I need to fix all this. All right. When your assets and your money flow through or are in a private express trust, any legal presumption of jurisdiction will be dead on arrival. Further, your oath of office as a trustee and the trust declaration can serve as examples to your choice of self-governance. And the Colorado Revised Statutes flat out say the people have the exclusive right to self-governance. Okay, so if you're challenging jurisdiction, being the trustee is your evidence that I'm a self-governing people. I am not your legal person. The Private Express Trust is proof that you are self-governing people and not a legal creation. And once properly formed, only a fool would file a complaint against you. Did this again. It's all right. All right. Defending your living self from the courts is much the same process as defending your trust. It is. It's a void service, a void jurisdiction. Like people, private express trusts, as private contracts, do not belong in the legal system or legal courts. But unlike you defending yourself through a legal person, the private express trust is obviously not a legal thing. But because the law didn't create, because the law didn't. Yeah, so you can't have jurisdiction over something else. You can have jurisdiction over the things you create. You created the private express trust, so that means they don't have jurisdiction over it. They created the person with your name on it and a social security number. They can control it. Let me see if I can read that one again. But unlike you defending yourself through the person, the private express trust is obviously not a legal thing because the law didn't create it. All right, it's not a statutory thing. There are trusts that are statutory. But when you write them, you're basically agreeing that they're of the Colorado Revised Statutes. And this time we don't do that. It is just a contract. All right, here is the fee schedule. Now this is, I got this guy over here in a shield. This is really what it's doing for you, okay? You've got to see that anytime a cop comes up to you, any officer, any agent of the commercial corporation, anybody that's claiming to be of the government, they presume you're a legal entity too. So their system says, oh, I can go up to this legal entity, this person, and tell them whatever I want to do. Because they have some kind of contract with my company. They have a driver's license, plates, state-registered plates, right? A marriage license, all kinds of things could ensnare you as a contract with the state. But when they try, none of those contracts say you have to do anything. They're just relationships. Because there's a relationship, the police officer can make you do something because as soon as you react, then you guys have something, and that's how they're going to resolve it in court, and then you're really screwed. But when that officer or somebody tells you to do something, ask for your driver's license, they're giving you an offer to contract. Okay? And you've got nothing on your side. except for your words and what you do. You've got nothing on your side unless you have a trust and this fee schedule. So when they tell you to do something, they tell you to show up to court, they tell you to give you your ID, they tell you that they want to look inside your car, any of that, you hand them this fee schedule as notice that I'm not what you think I am. I'm not your person. I'm a completely separate entity. And if you keep pushing this, you keep trying to force a contract on me, then we're going to have a contract, and it's going to be per these terms, per this fee schedule terms. And these terms can be literally whatever you want. You can see it right there. You zoom in, presumption of U.S. citizen, $10 million per instance. The point of the fee schedule is to get them to leave me alone and make sure they get it. But there's a lot of dumbass officers over there, and I mean that. Bullies, jerks, dumbasses. You see videos of these people all the time. Let them be a jerk. Let them be an asshole. Give them this fee schedule. And then when they're done doing their tyranny, you can sue them in federal court. This is a contract. And whatever they were operating on with you, telling you what to do, no contract. No contract. No contract. They have zero contract. All they have is the presumption of this legal world. Okay? Okay, here's the real protection. All right, this is what I'm talking about a bulletproof trust. It is insulated from legal ensnarement. All right, right up here under legal jurisdiction, this SSN person, that's who you've been operating as your entire life. It's entirely in this court. Now, if you have a private express trust, and you have an LLC that's in jurisdiction and it's owned by the trust, all this activity you do here is outside of the jurisdiction, okay? They may be able to control what the LLC can and can't do, but they cannot control what the money does. They cannot control that the money can go back over here, redeemed and lawful money, okay? So they can't make an LLC do something because they can't make the owner do something. When there is if you own an LLC now, you own it like this, right? Your person owns the LLC or the percentage of it or whatever. This entire relationship is in their jurisdiction, and this entire relationship is why they can tax you. So, to protect the trust out of the courts, function through an LLC if you're going to do anything in commerce. If you're not in commerce, you can function through the trust. Know the difference between functioning in the private and functioning in the public. It's all about contracts. Okay, if you have an LLC and you're actually selling stuff and making money, you want to keep moving the money to the private side. You don't want to leave a bunch of money here in the LLC, because if you could, this LLC could get sued, and they could lose, and everything in the LLC can be lost. Now, you move money here into the private, it's still a public-facing trust. So this trust still could get sued, and you could screw it up and give them jurisdiction. Give this side jurisdiction to this court if you screw it up. But if you have another trust that's totally private, not listed anywhere else, and they have a security agreement securing all of the stuff in this trust, even if you lose a court case, they get the money first, or they get the assets first. They can't get any wealth out of it with a private security agreement. Layers on layers on layers of protection here. And like I said, this trust is invisible to the public. It's not listed anywhere. Only you know about it. And so if your property is tiled in here, there's no way anybody can get it. No way anybody can sue you out of your stuff if it's titled in here and you have a decent idea that you know what you're doing. And one more little golden egg I'm going to share with you guys, since you've endured this marathon of videos. Right here. This is the setup. You got a private trust here. It's secured by this totally invisible trust. Okay? And you can put a security agreement around your LLC. You can do the private, your private one can do it too. Although this is in the public, somebody might see it. But anyway, your person is just an entity, and you've been using the entity, and in fact, you put the value into it. Period. So, are you the legal owner of it? No. But you have signed for it your whole life. There's no reason why a private express trust cannot secure a commercial entity and control it so that any value or whatever that gets generated or comes out of there ultimately comes back to the trust. And this is what they're trying to do to you. If this thing's naked, like this, they can create contracts for this thing, even if you sign or you don't sign, and get the profit out of it and get the money out of it. You might not even know about it just because it's out there. Put a security agreement on it, they really can't do it. Because if you find out that they have been, after the security agreement was in place, everything they made on that person belongs to you. Okay. That was some bonus stuff for you there. Okay, as you can see, I've tried to express here is that there are numerous levels of protection, okay, as your individual self, but especially as a trustee, especially as a trust, okay? I'm going to start with number one. You're sovereign, okay? You can speak, you can do things, and you can stand up for yourself, and that is the most important protection you got, okay? Learning that. So you've got that. Second level of protection. A trustee, by definition, is not is not liable to the trust. So even as a trustee, if you do stuff because of what the trust said and you get into trouble, the trustee isn't in trouble. Maybe the trust has to pay a fine or fix something, and the trustee's going to have to do it, but the individual, the living soul as a trustee is not responsible. You have this fee schedule, okay? That's going to stop most of it. If anybody's going to try to force you into some contract, that fee schedule is going to stop it. No, all right. Now, if you have a trust web, whatever assets you have in your trust are secured in a private security agreement. That means if you lose a court case and they say they got to take your stuff to settle something off, sorry, you can't do it. It's been lien. There's a priority lien there. Somebody else is going to get the rights to the stuff before anybody else. That's what it means. Okay, number 5. There are no state courts that can handle a lawsuit against a trust. It has to be at federal court, for starters. And somebody has to know what they're doing. And the evidence that you don't really know any of this stuff, that no one's ever taught you this, is the same thing on their side. Nobody's ever taught them any of this stuff. People that want to come after you don't know this stuff either. Okay, if you want to keep using your person, all right, your mortgage is probably going to be through your person. You can put a security agreement on your person. So it means anytime someone takes your stuff from your person, they're screwing up. It's secured. So if you get foreclosed on, or they try to say you got to pay money, they're violating a security agreement. They're skipping over the priority lien. All right, if you're going to operate with an LLC in the commerce, LLC is a pass-through entity. It does not have to file federal taxes on its own. The owner of it is supposed to, right? Your person owns an LLC. They file taxes. But when your trust owns the LLC, nobody needs to pay taxes or file taxes. Okay? And number 8 is the heaviest hitter of them all. If you got real assets you never want anybody to touch, they can be owned in a completely private trust where there is no legal lawyer, anybody that can find out who owns it. And that's kind of the thing. If you're ever going to get sued, all right, they're going to sue you because they want you to stop doing something or they want to punish you. And they're going to punish you for whatever rule they want to punish you. But they only go after people that have money. And the only way they know people have money is through their person, okay? Your bank accounts, the things that you have titled to your person. You can have all this stuff. And they're going to be like, oh, this guy's got a bunch of stuff. We can easily get him. We can scare him with lawsuits, tie him up, and he's going to want to pay us off to make us go away. That's how it works every damn time. They find out how much money you have, and then they come after you, okay? So the more money you have, the more effort and work it is. But through the trust, they'll never know how much money you have, except for what you show in your LLC or what you actually have in your person. Okay? Big time protection, okay? Live life in peace, not worrying about anybody or the system coming after you. This is what this is all about. All right? Hope you guys get something out of that. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this series of protecting yourself in the courts. I really think it is probably the most important video I've ever done. But if you need more help, which is why I'm here, you need help getting your trust created, whether you're going to do it yourself or you want to contract me, I'll write all the paperwork for you. Contact me through the website, through a Telegram Signal. You can set up appointments at the bottom of the website. Set up a free 30-minute call, or you can set up an hour-long educational meeting or call. The templates are all available for you to create your own trust on the website, and there's plenty of other videos for you to watch to learn why you're creating all this different stuff. So if you guys see this and take it serious, and start taking care of your own affairs, start governing yourself. Sorry this one went so long, but I hope you all have a wonderful day.